Good soldiers follow orders.
Say what?
I'm just saying, it's good practice for a soldier to follow the orders of his or her superior officer.
Oh, yeah, sure. That makes sense.
Like eradicating those Jedi.
Hold up now. Hello all, I'm Josh. This is Josh Build Stuff. My shirt is gray, and today we're talking about the Bad Batch Attack Shuttle. This set just came out at the beginning of August in 2021. It contains 969 pieces and costs $100 here in the US. You might be thinking a thought that I also thought at one point in time, that this ship does not look like it's worth $100. I would kind of agree with you, but this ship plus 5 minifigures, a gonk droid, and a couple of speeders, that is a set that kind of feels a little more worth $100. You may know this ship as the Marauder, not to be confused with Vibe Marauder. In my initial opinion, this ship and this set are actually pretty nice, all things considered. In this video, I will attempt to convince you to buy this set if you want this set. Shouldn't be too difficult. We're gonna build it, we're gonna talk about the details and the minifigures included in this set, and hey, we might even make some references to some theme park seating arrangements, so stick around for all that. But first, we gotta build it. The build for this set was actually nice. Between the speeders, the ship, the different minifigures popping out of different bags, there was actually a lot of variation going on, and the build stayed interesting the whole time. It was almost 1,000 pieces, so it lasted a good couple of hours. That's enough time to watch a couple of episodes of the Bad Batch, I would recommend, just to know what the heck it is you're building. The shuttle itself was obviously the bulk of the build, and that got a little repetitive. It did remind me of the other Imperial shuttles or a lot of other Star Wars ships, and because both wings are more or less symmetrical, you spend a little time building the body of the ship, but most of the build of the ship itself is spent on the wings. That part's a little boring overall, though, as a set. Like I said, the build stayed pretty interesting, unlike this video. Given the context of this set, someone is bound to ask me what I thought about the Bad Batch as a series. I watched the whole thing. I watched the season 7 or whatever the arc was where they appeared in the Clone Wars. My overall opinion of the show is that it was okay. I didn't care much about the individual episode-to-episode adventures. I don't have that strong of an opinion on Omega. What I really liked seeing was like this transition from clone to TK troopers, this like immediately post-Clone Wars Imperial Rise era. See what's happening behind the scenes, what's Tarkin doing, what's the politics going on there, what happened to all the Kaminoans, what happened to the Canadians? So the show itself was okay, whatever. I'm looking forward to season 2, but really I'm in it for like this cool camaraderie. I want to see backstory. I want to see character development of these like genetically altered bunch of clones that are striking out on their own, trying to find their way in the universe. Oh, I should have said just simple men trying to make their way in the universe. That would have been better. Oh well. Much of the appeal of this set comes from its shiny blue paint job. No, just kidding. It comes from the minifigures. And as much as I like to make fun of just about everything, I'm being genuine when I say these dudes are sweet. And I've said it before, I'm not a minifigure guy. I love ships and vehicles, but in this set, I do very much appreciate the variation that we get among these characters. Hunter, when all the world comes at him with blasters and laser swords, he kindly replies, "That's not a knife." Because he uses a knife, like the whole time he's running around doing stuff. This dude is awesome. I'm gonna wreck it. Wrecker Ralph, as I like to call him, is also sweet. He's got like the big, bulky shoulder pauldrons. He's got a helmet that is actually flat to a profile. I think it's a repurposed Iron Man head, but I have yet to actually confirm that. Otherwise, though, the character was not my favorite, but I understood his benefits and his uses. Like with Hunter, when the world came at him with blasters and laser swords, he said, "I'll just punch it in the face." I do love that Clone Force 99 logo on his shoulder there. Tech, arguably the most, I'm gonna not try to do a New Zealand accent, I'm sorry. Arguably the most interesting looking character of this bunch. His armor is a different color. He's got a hairpiece, 2 different face pieces. His helmet is obviously a cool custom printed job going on there. He's got 2 blasters going, which I don't think that really reflects his character. He brought a backpack, which no one else thought to do. Tech is the guy who has the snacks when you need them most. Again, I can't help but to joke about everything, but still this figure is very nice looking. Echo I have opinions about, mainly because of this. If you know the show, Echo has a socket wrench for a hand. Sorry if that's a spoiler. The box of this Lego set has Echo holding a blaster with his socket wrench hand. They could have just put the blaster in the good hand. Maybe let's not call it a good hand. He probably doesn't appreciate that. Even so, I like this character. I like his armor set. Even his legs have like the curtained printing, but I do wish they included a little cloth piece, but even so, they were already including so many different things along with this set. I can kind of understand, but not excuse Lego leaving it out. Last and, yeah, actually kind of least is Crosshair. I don't really know how I felt about this character throughout the show, but I mean, we're supposed to like him or not like him. We want him back. I don't know. I'm not going to spoil anything. I do like the kind of clean look he's got going on with basically just a black clone trooper uniform, the bright green shining on his visor. Overall, cool figure, weird, ambiguous character who I have yet to decide how I feel about him. And actually, last and definitely not least is Gonky. What up, man? This dude's just a bro. No one can say anything bad about Gonky, except for the fact that he, in the show, look up any picture of him, he is dark tan, he is brown, he is not dark bluish gray, which he is here. You want to talk about discoloration, miscoloration in this Lego set? I want to see a hashtag fix Gonky, or whatever you kids on Twitter do. Here's everything included in this set. You get a shuttle, 2 speeders, and Gonk Droid, who in this case stands alone, but we'll talk more about that in a second. Let's take a look at these little speeders first. The box shows these characters riding these speeders, and that's why I have them positioned the way I do. The first one is a little Bark speeder. It looks very similar to the Bark speeder from the 501st Battle Pack that we got recently. You can see they are pretty similar in size, shape, and overall design. Even still, I appreciate the consistency of including this vehicle and making it look accurate enough, so shall we say. This is like a little green speeder. I don't know that it's modeled after a specific speeder from the Star Wars Bad Batches show, but even so, it looks like a speeder and it looks like it's from Star Wars. In this case, the box had Tech driving it, and that's who I have driving it there. I gave him a little spot there for his extra gun hanging out on the back. This is the Marauder, not to be confused with the Imperial Armored Marauder, which came out a little earlier this year. You can see my review for that on the channel as well, but this is the Marauder. Lego has called it the Bad Batch Attack Shuttle, probably so as not to confuse it with that other Marauder. Lego has a habit of renaming things these days. I don't love this aspect of the ship, and it's one of these ships like the Tiderian shuttle or the other Imperial shuttles where it only, well, not only, but it looks best when it's displayed in this position, right? Like it's flying at you, kind of an action pose. And you can see I have it displayed on this position on a couple of pieces of truss in some of the B-roll in this very video. Otherwise, you're setting it down like this, and you see a lot of the underside of Lego bricks, which I'm not crazy about. And then even so, this rear fin here, I'm going to call it the dorsal fin, you can see a bunch of back bricks there as well. No one wants to see the back of bricks. I do want to see the back side of water. Shout out to Jungle Cruise, starring Dwayne Johnson. Otherwise, though, I do appreciate the general shape of this ship. It looks very menacing, very sharp. Almost reminds me of a Camino saber dart. Thanks, Dex. There are some nice details up in here. If you get a little closer to like the guns and lights, and like I like the detail going on the wings there. The cockpit is a little printed piece. I think that is the nose area is shaped rather well. The back, you got some thrusters there. I like the fact that there are a couple of rear guns included there because those feature rather prominently in the actual show if you've seen it. There is a slight interior to this ship, and we can take a look at that right now. The inside of this thing is, well, it's a little cramped. You can see I've got 3 of the members of the Bad Batch seated in there right now. Tech is still riding his speeder, but, you know, in the front here, you can fit two of the Bad Batch, but they're sitting very closely. It's like they're on Splash Mountain at Disneyland, not at Disney World. There you're sitting side by side. Or it's like you're riding the Dudley Do-Right flume ride at Islands of Adventure. Or it's like you're riding Space Mountain at Walt Disney World in Florida, not in Disneyland. I think 3 theme park references is enough for this one, but in the rear of this vehicle, there is even less space. I've got Wrecker sitting back there, and you can see it's a little cramped even for him. There is a little compartment here that opens up. I'm storing some of the extra weapons in there. Otherwise, there's not much going on here. There's room for, like I said, a single figure. Hence, Gonky is left without a seat on the ship. There is also another interesting detail that I wanted to point out. There are a couple of little stickers up here, and I think that's the area where Omega was supposed to have her room. I don't know if that's supposed to be like, these are things that Omega has. On one side, it says Space Battles, and it looks like it's got a picture of the opening of episode 3, where it's like Grievous's ship and one of the Republic cruisers or whatever, and they're fighting there. I don't really understand if it's like Omega's watching history on like a little tablet or something. The other side, it just says history on a sticker, which I don't know who that clone is supposed to be. It kind of looks like Wolf, but I don't think it is. I don't know Clone Wars that well, so someone that knows Clone Wars better than I do, let me know what's going on with these stickers in the comments down below. Also, if you want to talk about playability, as I've been handling this ship a lot, these side panels just, they keep falling off here as I open and close the wings more and more. I wouldn't even say I'm handling it that rough, so that's something to look out for. If you're also talking play features, there are a couple of little spring shooters under there. I would demonstrate for you, but I've already lost the blaster lasers for those pieces, so you'll just have to imagine what that looks like. But like I said, as a ship, I appreciate it, and who knows, maybe if we get a few more seasons of the show, we'll end up with a UCS version of this thing with a fully decked out interior and all kinds of stuff like that. But for now, got a blast. Sorry, Gonky, we'll come back for you. This is just like that time my parents left me by that trash can at the Grand Canyon. So I'll pose my overall thoughts in the form of a question. Do you want to buy this set? If so, you should. See, I told you I'd convince you to buy this set or not to buy it if you did or did not want it. See how easy that was? I don't know why people make such a big deal about this whole reviewing thing. Overall, in actuality, I like this set just fine for what it is. I'm not so tied to the characters or the ship as like an iconic Star Wars vehicle quite yet. That being said, give me 6 seasons and a movie of the Bad Batch and I will gladly buy a UCS version of this very ship. But do let me know what you think about this ship as a Lego set, as a ship in the context of the show. Let me know what you think about the show. Let me know what you think about the Bad Batch as a batch of bad dudes. Let me know what you think about them in the context of the... Just let me know what you think about anything related to the Bad Batch or anything just whatsoever in the comments down below. This has gone on for far too long. As always, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to like, subscribe, and tell your friends. Again, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Wrecker, where's Omega?
Well, I don't know, boss. I left her back with the ship.
No. Tech, go fix the sensor array. You got it, boss. Echo, what's Crosshair doing here? Poke him with your ratchet arm. Oh, you got him. Good job. Join the crew. You brother. Gonky. Gonk.
Gonk. Gonk. Gonk.